Hi, I'm Jim McGill, and today we're at Tacker's Jaguar to have a look at the new F-Type. Since the 60s, we've been screaming out for Jaguar to recreate something like the iconic E-Type, and at long last they've done it with the F-Type. Penned by Dumfries-born Ian Callum, you can see that clearly this is a car for the modern era, and there's nothing oldie-worldy about the styling of it. It's very sharp round the front. These details are beautifully sculpted, and there's that beautiful feline look to the headlamp with gorgeous detailing of Jaguar around there. There are three models in the F-Type range. There's a 340 brake V6, there's a 380 brake V6S, and at the top of the range, the barnstorming 495 brake V8. It's clear that the whole cabin has been designed specifically with the driver in mind. You hunker down fantastically in these beautiful leather seats. And the steering wheel, it's stating the obvious, but it's just there. It just fits beautifully. We've got these beautiful paddles, which are mated obviously to the automatic 8-speed gearbox. But the car is full of beautiful details. I love the touch of the door handles. And one of the details I really love is, if you notice carefully, there are no central air vents until we turn the temperature and they pop up here. And then if you turn the temperature down, and they disappear. How cool is that? Plush as the F-Type is, there are a couple of things that need consideration. If you want heated seats, or if you want the rear deflector, which sits behind the seats, they're both optional extras, which for a car that costs over 60,000, you think, come on Jaguar, they should really be standard. The Jaguar F-Type is a big, beefy, meaty piece of kit, and naturally you're going to want to go away for weekends. Thankfully, it's got a decent sized boot. There's plenty of space here for a couple of squishy bags, which is more than you're ever going to need for a good weekend away. One little point which is good to know for car geeks. The V6 comes with these central twin exhaust pipes. If it's the big V8, they've got them on each side of the car. There's two of them. That's what distinguishes the V6 and the V8. Scottish designer Ian Callum has done a really good job concealing the roof of the F-Type. It's contained in this little container here and adds beautifully to the sleek rear aspect of the car. And the good thing about the roof is it can be put up at any speed up to 30 miles an hour. And given the weather that we have in Scotland, occasionally, that's really good to know. The pick of the bunch in the range is the V6S. It comes with adaptive dampers, active exhaust, and unlimited slip differential. When it comes to figures, the V6 hits 60 from standstill in 4.8 seconds and carries on to a maximum of 171. If you go for the V8, you knock 0.6 of a second off the 60 mile an hour sprint, and it carries on to 186 miles an hour. The Jaguar F-Type starts at 58,520 and rises all the way to 80,000 for the V8S. The pick of the bunch, as I said earlier, is the V6S, which starts at 67,520. It's not cheap, but when you compare it to the Porsche 911 Cabriolet with 345 brake, you're saving yourself £13,000. Interestingly though, if you go for the Boxster S, you could save yourself 21 grand on the price of the V6S F-Type. It's your choice.